The Syrians are one of the largest groups of immigrants to migrate to colonial Trinidad. They hailed from a region previously known as Greater Syria. Presently, Greater Syria consists of Iraq, Syria, Palestine, and Lebanon. Many of the Lebanese hailed from the villages of Buhandion and Amion, while the Syrians came from villages in the Valley of the Christians. The Syrians immigrated to the Caribbean as early as 1904 in an attempt to escape religious persecution and economic hardship in their native countries. They established themselves by selling cloth. They popularized gyros and kebabs. Syrian cuisine mainly consists of the following ingredients: eggplant, meat, mostly from lamb and sheep, rice, chickpeas, fava beans, lentils, vine leaves, olive oil, lemon juice, mint, and fruits. Some common Syrian dishes include hummus, fattoush, and shawarma. Hummus is a Middle Eastern dip that consists of pureed cooked chickpeas, tahini, lemon juice, and garlic. Fattoush is a Middle Eastern salad that consists of chopped salad mixed with fresh herbs and crispy pita bread pieces. Lastly, shawarma is a Middle Eastern dish that is made from meat cut into thin slices. It is then stacked in an inverted cone and roasted on a slowly turning vertical rotisserie or spit. This is very similar to gyro. For the previous assignment, the daily diet of Syrian women aged 19 to 30 was analyzed. It was discovered that their diet was low in calories. This was mostly due to vegetables making up a large portion of their diet. However, their diet had high amounts of carbohydrates, salt, and sugar. The total amount of carbohydrates was 76 grams over the recommended daily amount. The sodium value in the diet was almost twice the adequate intake value. Lastly, the total sugar value in the daily diet was 61.85 grams. However, the daily recommended amount for sugar is 25 to 38 grams. The overconsumption of these nutrients can have adverse effects on a person's health as they increase the risk of developing heart disease, high blood pressure, and diabetes.
For this assignment, the main focus is to educate the public on nutrition for older adults. This will be accomplished through the use of animation. Hey Fatima, is that you?
See, long time no see. How things?
I good, but how you going? How the grandchildren?
They good, you know. One of them writing SEA next year. But girl, I'm not doing too well these days, to be honest.
What going on with you?
I find these days I feel more tired. I don't have energy and my bones aching.
You change your eating habits? I'm sure it has something to do with the way you eat. I remember back when we were young, you used to eat gyro every day.
Gyro is healthy.
Gyro can be healthy, but in excess, that's too much fat, oil, and salt. You have to remember, we getting up there in age. You and I are both 70. We can't eat whatever we want like we used to.
What do you mean?
Here, I went with my dietitian the other day and she educated me. For example, she was telling me as an older adult, we can't eat too much food high in fat.
But I like my chicken.
You are so dramatic. You don't have to stop eating meat. You should start to eat more lean meat though. Because you know, when we get older, we have a higher likelihood of getting heart disease. When the dietitian was explaining to me was that eating too much saturated fats can cause cholesterol to build up in the arteries and clog them.
That's probably why my blood pressure is so high.
Plus, you also have to cut back on the sweet things. She was telling me we really shouldn't have more than 6 teaspoons of sugar a day.
6, but that is not enough. It's better you ain't had none at all.
Yeah, girl, same thing I was saying, but sugar increases the risk of getting diabetes. And well, you should probably know this, but you should also have to cut back on salt.
You want my food to be tasteless?
My dietitian told me we're only supposed to eat 1200 milligrams of sodium a day. Too much salt could raise our blood pressure.
I'll remember that next time I cook.
Plus, don't forget to keep up with your minerals and vitamins. Since we are in our 70s, we need around 1200 mg of calcium a day.
Why calcium so important?
Well, calcium strengthens our bones and teeth. It limits the risk of getting osteoporosis. It also helps our muscles and nerves function properly. You also have to make sure you're getting enough vitamin B12. B12 becomes harder for the body to absorb as we age. Eggs and milk are good sources of B12.
Wow, I didn't even know all these vitamins and minerals were important. I was wondering if my eating habits could contribute to constipation. For the past few days, I've been constipated, you know.
That most likely means you need more fiber in your diet. Some good sources of fiber are leafy green vegetables, oatmeal, and legumes. I remember back in the day you were a big drinker. Is that still the case?
Well, girl, you know I like to drink.
You should cut back on your drinking. Alcohol can cause permanent damage to the liver. Instead of alcohol, you should be drinking more water. You need to be drinking at least 8 glasses of water to prevent dehydration.
Anything else I should avoid?
My dietitian was telling me older adults should avoid sugary drinks, food with empty calories, and high sodium food. Instead, as an older adult, I should be eating more vegetables, legumes, nuts, and fruits.
Thank you so much, Patsy, for the information. It's a lot to process, but I'm still grateful.
Anytime, Fatima, you know I want the best for you. If you need any more help, I'll send you my dietitian's number, but I have to get going.
To summarize, older adults generally consume fewer calories than younger adults. However, they have similar or even increased nutrient needs compared to younger adults. This is due to a decrease in physical activity and changes in metabolism. Older adults should reduce their sugar, carbohydrates, salt, and fat intake. A healthy, balanced diet can reduce the risk of developing high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, and heart disease. Senior citizens have to ensure they have a sufficient water intake. Lack of thirst sensation and changes in the water and sodium balance can make them more susceptible to dehydration. Additionally, due to decreased muscle mass, older adults may have to increase the amount of protein they consume. Moreover, seniors must ensure that their bodies receive adequate amounts of minerals and vitamins. Some vitamins, such as vitamin B12, become increasingly difficult for the body to absorb. Additionally, some senior citizens may have lower vitamin D levels due to less sunlight exposure. This may be especially true for citizens who are placed in homes. Lastly, the adequate intake of minerals such as calcium, zinc, and iron is also important as they contribute to the proper functioning of the body.